Hello, everybody. UFC Wildcat here.
And Powder Blue Bolts.
And this week, we're going to be talking about the Chick-Fil-A Bowl between LSU and Clemson.
Special place in my heart. I have a certain fondness for Chick-fil-A, but that's besides the point. Tiger on Tiger, Death Valley on Death Valley. This is going to be a good bowl. This is one of the best bowls we've gotten to so far.
I'm so excited. I'm stoked. It's going to be great. I had to sit there for a second. It's going to be a great offense that Clemson has against a really, really good LSU defense. So we're going to see strength on strength again.
Yeah, definitely.
I love these bowls.
Yeah, definitely. As far as points per game, Clemson's ranked number 6 in the country, and passing yards and rushing yards are 13th and 33rd, respectively. So this offense, once it gets clicking, can really, really put some points on the board very quickly.
And let me take your 42.3 points per game and raise you a 16.9 points against for LSU. Ooh, it's going to be a good game. You're going to see a lot of good stuff here. And we're going to start out with some key players for LSU. Their safety, Eric Reed, who has 2 of LSU's 18 interceptions on the year. And then their linebacker, Kevin Mittner, who leads the defense with 111 tackles, 13.5 of those for loss. Both of those people were named to All-American second teamers. So, I think this is really good. Again, you got some great defenders, but I'm going to highlight somebody who's not going to be at the game and somebody you wouldn't think is really that good. I'm highlighting a punter.
Brad Wing.
Yep, Brad Wing. This guy is a phenomenal punter. I really like him, but he was suspended, he was suspended for the game for unspecified breaking of team rules. So
probably smoking them doobies.
Probably pulling a freaking what's that dude's name? Oh shit.
Oh, their corner.
Their corner. What's his name? The Honey Badger.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep, Tyrann Mathieu. They're probably hanging out a little too much, but
Brad Wing's also Australian.
Oh, Australian, bro.
LKF. Little known fact.
Little known fact. Good to know. Good to know. I know I have another abbreviation in my dictionary. Right there. But yeah, Brad Wing, he was actually really phenomenal. One of the best punters in the NCAA, and losing him, it hurts you in the field position battle. So, I mean, we're going to see how that goes. But again, another integral part is on the offensive side, it's going to be Zach Mettenberger, the quarterback for LSU. He almost has 25,000 yards for this.
25,000? Wow, broke a couple records doing that, didn't he? Wow,
2,500. I know. I was afraid I was going to do that the entire time we've been doing this. Finally happened. Close to the end. Oh, man. So bad. But yes, 2,500 yards on the season with 11 touchdowns, but he does have 6 interceptions. So again, it's going to be kind of a big factor. Can Zach Mettenberger, God, I cannot control myself today. Can he have a good game? Because if he does, it'll help this LSU offense put some points on the board, which they're going to need to with some of these key players for Clemson.
Yeah, starting off with Clemson as far as, their defense is solid, plays really well, but I'm going to be highlighting a lot of their offensive players and starting out with their quarterback, Taj Boyd. This guy is an all-purpose, do-everything quarterback. 34 yards passing on the season with 13 picks and has 3,550 yards through the air, and he's really, really, really good. And he also has 8 touchdowns on the year on the ground, so this guy can hurt you in pretty much any single way. And also on the ground, Andre Ellington, and Clemson's had a slew of good running backs, specifically C.J. Spiller for the Buffalo Bills.
Who was the other guy? Didn't they have another guy after C.J. Spiller?
They had C.J. Spiller. There's a guy named...
They had Jacoby Ford. I think that's the guy I'm thinking about, the wide receiver.
Yeah, he was really, really fast, and that's pretty much all he had. He didn't really have hands. But Andre Ellington with 1,000 yards on the year and 8 touchdowns, so he's really, really solid on the ground. And DeAndre Hopkins has 1,200 yards on the year and 16 touchdowns. So these guys are really, really balanced, and they're also really, really, really good. And they can score quickly, often, and in pretty much every single way.
Yeah, it's going to be a great bowl. But again, you're going up against a great LSU defense, who is among the FBS leaders in points allowed with 16.9, total yards 297.8 a game, rushing yards, 103.1, and pass defense efficiency at 103.5. So again, what is the phrase that you always said? Immovable,
unstoppable force going up against an immovable object.
That's what it is. It's going to be one of those games. It's going to be a great one to watch. So, what are your keys to the games for Clemson?
Well, I think Clemson's offense needs to kind of find the holes in LSU's defense, and it's been done before, been done by Alabama and Florida in the past, but LSU's defense does always play really, really solid. But a lot of their players have a lot of off-the-field issues and a lot of character and discipline issues, so I think if they can exploit those issues specifically and really get clicking, then I think their offense can score a lot of points and come out with a win.
Yeah, and I think for LSU, without Brad Wing, I was going to say before the game that he was going to be an integral part, win the field position battle, give Clemson some long fields. But at this point, it's going to be having some key players on the LSU defense to step up. You got to have Mittner do well. You got to have Eric Reed do well. You also have to have Quan Alexander, another great linebacker, a really young guy. They've got to step up. The defensive line's got to do good with Mingo and Montgomery. So yeah, the defense has to do well to stop this Taj Boyd Clemson offense. But if they can do that, Zach Mettenberger also has to do well on offense, make some plays, do something, because, again, they don't have a lot of explosion on this offense. What's your prediction for the game?
Honestly, I'm kind of 6-1, half a dozen in the other. I could see this game going either way, and that's how it's going to start to get between these really good bowls. And these teams are very, very evenly matched. I mean, they're so evenly matched, their mascots are the same, and their stadiums are nicknamed the same. It's like almost the same team, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards Clemson just because I kind of like them. I don't know. I don't really like LSU too much, but I don't know. I don't want to play favorites and be biased, so I think I am going to say LSU is going to win this one, but I kind of begrudgingly say that. I think they're going to squeak out a win 21-17 against the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, really? The winner of this game gets the Tigers, gets Death Valley. Yeah. It's theirs. I love it. Ooh, something to fight for.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think for me, I'm kind of scared about LSU. They've had kind of a rough year. I mean, yeah, they've won. They beat North Texas big, Washington big, Idaho big. But they went to Auburn, who was absolutely abysmal this year. Didn't get an SEC win, which is crazy. They went to Auburn and only won 12-10. They sleptwalked through Townsend and then went to Gainesville and lost. They barely beat South Carolina, barely beat Texas A&M, lost to Alabama, and then all their games were really close. Almost lost to Arkansas, almost lost to, or didn't almost lose, but it was close against Ole Miss, and then Mississippi State, it was kind of close, but again, that game was kind of more wide open than the others. But I think Clemson has a chance, and I think the offense is going to do work. Because, I mean, again, when you have a mobile quarterback, we look at the Texas A&M game. It took LSU a while to get accustomed to it, to get something going for that. So I think Taj Boyd takes advantage of that, gets some early scores, and I don't think the LSU offense can, catch up to that. So I think Clemson's going to win. I think they're going to win 28-17.
Kind of along the same lines that I scored, but flip-flop.
Yep. I know it hurts you to not pick your Clemson Tigers. One of your plethora of teams that you follow.
I don't know. I follow players, and I don't know. I don't know. I like them all. There's 5 teams that I really like. Ohio State's my number one. It's Ohio State.
Ohio State's my number one, but then Clemson's my 1A. No, Texas is my 1B.
It's Ohio State, Texas, Clemson, and then now recently it's Fresno State, and then
You are wearing a Buckeye shirt right now.
Yeah. Okay. And then, can I pick a fifth? I'm scrolling through.
No.
I like West Virginia.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you don't like anybody else. You lost your chance.
No, I do. I'm trying to find another one.
Man, this is getting
Michigan. Crazy. Love Michigan. Kidding, I can't.
Okay, get the hell out of here. All right. Leave a like, comment, and definitely subscribe because, again, we're in those bigger bowls. This is kind of a lower tier, but still a good bowl that you should definitely tune into. This is the TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl.
It's not TaxSlayer.
Yeah, it is.
It's tax. Oh shit, it is.
You piece of shit.
Tax Slayer. That sounds like a band that you would create with like your accounting friends in college. TaxSlayer.com.
Oh my god. This has gone a little too crazy. We're having a good time because we're in the good bowls. And we're a little happy about it. But
tune in next week for the TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl featuring the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Northwestern Wildcats.
We tried that once. We said we're never doing it again. Remember to subscribe. Do not take this. If this is your first episode, do not take this. This is
really
not normal.
Sorry.
This is not normal. UFC Wildcat and Powder Blue Bolts signing out.